Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of Recruiting Unfiltered with Najeh Wilkins, man, where we give you the spiel, we keep it real, authentically, man. You know what I'm saying? We always give you the stories of the athletes, man, unfiltered. You know what I'm saying? We give it to you unfiltered. And we let you know about the guys that's coming through the ranks. Some more known, some 4-star, 5-star prospects. Some of them is a little bit on the underrated side. We've had Casey Barner on here, outstanding prospect. We've had Landon G on here, who's the next one to come up. We've had underrated guys. We got a special guy today as well that will join us today at 6:30. He's working through practice. So Dre Cleveland of Griffin. We're going to go ahead and shed the spotlight on him a little bit, man, and talk about his journey, his recruitment, and everything that's going on. Has several big time offers, man. So we're gonna get into that obviously with him. But before we do that, before he comes to the show, man, we got recruiting news, man. Obviously, I have some stuff I'll put out tomorrow. And later on tonight, man, in terms of big time recruit news. I won't say anything just yet, but it's heating up, man. As y'all know, it's gonna be April, so we're gonna have spring games here pretty soon for college football. We're gonna have people on campus, and then the same thing, these colleges are gonna go see these kids obviously at the end of April, May, when they're doing their spring practices and they're doing their tape as well. I try to get them on campus for OVs, man. So we gotta break down some big time things, man. So let's go ahead and start with the biggest of them all here in the state of Georgia. And I'll try to do players I know. We already had him on the channel. You know what I'm saying? He came in here and he was blowing up in recruiting and continued to get offers. And I'm talking about no other than Seth Williams of Lakeside DeKalb. Outstanding safety, big, athletic, 6'3", 192 from Lakeside. He chose Death Valley. Now, he had offers from Penn State, Wisconsin, Vandy, Iowa State, but he chose to go where Dabo Swinney is and be a Clemson Tiger. And y'all know how Clemson gets down. Once you committed, you're locked in. They don't really allow any wiggle room. You look at Kareem Hughley, he shut down his recruitment. You look at Max Brown, he's another guy that shut down his recruitment. Once you lock in with Clemson, that is it. And it's a program that's trying to turn the tide a little bit in terms of getting more involved in the transfer portal and things like that. But this is the root of what Dabo Swinney does. He likes to recruit elite players. And he likes to recruit elite athletes and develop them and have them play for him and obviously grow into stardom. Seth Williams is no different. Like I said, we've went over his tape. We've talked about him. This kid is electric. And I can't wait to see what he does with Clemson. I mean, you look at the success. I know Khalil Barnes left, but he was from Norfolk County. You look at his success he had with Clemson, obviously now at Georgia. But this is what Dabo does. He dabbles into the state of Georgia and he gets these primetime athletes to come play for him. And he got another pretty special one, man, that can do a little bit of everything on that back end. We look at guys like AJ Terrell, who's made it into the league and has been doing great things. Avion Terrell is another one at the cornerback spot. I know that's different from the defensive back spot that Seth Williams plays, but he's going to, I think, be a star there. And I think he's going to have a really great career with the Clemson Tigers, man, if he stays committed, which I'm pretty sure he will. Bar anything unforeseen, and I think he has a bright future ahead. I think it's a great choice for him. I know Clemson, some people are going to kind of give them the eye, like, oh, they're not as good as they were, but you want to start getting back on track and getting back to the team that you're known for and the recruiting that you're known for. You get primetime guys like this, and you get them committed to you and your program. So this was an elite get for the Tigers. Now it's just hanging on to that recruitment because you can bet your hat it's going to be more teams that's going to be trying to recruit him and bring in this kid. He is special. When I say special, he is special. And he's a good damn kid. When talking with him and having the conversation, he mentioned his parents and wanting to do everything he can for them. This kid is something special. And he comes from a great background, a great family, and he puts all his hard work out there. And everything that he worked for is starting to pay off, man. So salute to Seth Williams and his commitment to obviously the Clemson Tigers. All right, let's keep it rolling, man. Got another big time one. Dakota Grant. Bro just went off in the OT7 in Dallas. 18 catches, over 292 yards, 5+ touchdowns, basically scored in every game. This recruitment will be very intriguing to watch because it feels like it's the inside track with the Michigan Wolverines, right? Now, when you look at Dakota, right, he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. It's just going to depend on what he wants to do, right? Oregon, the quarterback situation is set for the next few years, right? You're not going to be here this year, so you won't be able to see Dante Moore, but you're going to be probably playing with Dylan Raiola, who will be there next year and be the starting caliber quarterback. We know what he can do. We know how good he is, right? And one thing that Dan Lennon does is he recruits at a high level and he brings in the talent for his teams, right? The only thing we question with Dan Lanning is having his team prepare in the CFP and not getting ramrodded. Outside of that, this team consistently wins 10 plus games and they get into the CFP playoff pretty consistently. So if you're Dakota, why not go to a place you see a guy like Decorian Moore ball out his freshman year, get a lot of playing time? Makes a lot of sense. So I'm not surprised to see him obviously scheduled to OV. But then it comes down to Michigan. Now, Michigan ain't had this caliber of a recruit at wide receiver to me in quite some time because this dude's a freak. Dude can do a little bit of everything, one-on-one isolation, great route runner, really good pristine routes, a high pointer of the football, double coverage. It doesn't matter. This kid's gonna come down with it. So we know Michigan's been high on him for a while, quite a long time. It's a new regime with Kyle Whittingham as the coach, but he can probably unlock Dakota even more because Kyle Whittingham, formerly of Utah, has been known for producing elite offenses. So if you're Dakota, that has to be very appetizing to you. And it's going to be real interesting to see. I obviously got the OV set up for June 19th. The real interesting thing to see is, will this offense look a lot better under Kyle Whittingham this upcoming year with obviously Bryce Underwood leading them offensively as the quarterback? Will his development ascend? Will we see better production from the wide receiver spot? If so, I think you can pretty much lock in Dakota Garant. Now, he won't be able to see that until August, September when he start playing games. You know what I'm saying? He may even commit before or he may commit mid-season. It all depends. But that's going to be something interesting to keep an eye on, especially moving forward. That's going to be very interesting to watch for moving forward, man. So, obviously, the early OVs for him. Definitely, I expect other teams to try to get in here and try to get some OVs. But no surprise to see these two teams standing out for Dakota from Michigan area. Does a little bit of everything, man. This kid is super special. You know what I'm saying? So that is his official OVs for Dakota Garant. All right, we got another player we want to talk about, man. Edge Justin Weeks. Now, I haven't seen him play just yet, but I'm curious to see what he's going to do, obviously, this upcoming year. Big year for him. Douglas County, they've been known for having edge rushers. Look at Jordan Carter, formerly committed to Texas A&M. Now, obviously, going to Tennessee. Every year, it feels like they always have a guy. They always got a guy that can play at a high level, always have an edge rusher that is really good when you look at, obviously, them in their program. Now, Weeks, I can't wait to see what he does this year because he's going to probably be one-on-one on the island a lot this year. Can he be as disruptive as we've seen with Jordan Carter? Can he be as disruptive as some of those players on that defensive line this year for Douglas County? Remains to be seen. New kind of era for them. Still going to have Johnny White as their head coach, but a new crop of players. Still got Adrian Cole. You got Justin Weeks. You brought in, I believe it's David Parson, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to have to verify my source on that. But got all the talent around. Just a new look team, new look quarterback. And they're going to kind of look a little different this year. But in terms of the recruiting visits, it got set up. Going to go to Clemson on March 25th. Obviously, Florida, April 7th. Georgia Tech, April 9th. Tennessee, April 11th. Georgia, April 16th. And then Ohio State, April 18th. Now, what's interesting is to see Georgia Tech on this list on April 9th. And again, when you look at this, Justin Weeks is a four-star prospect. Tech was on the cutting edge and nearly pulled in Jordan Carter. Tried all they could. Had some pretty, you know what I'm saying, I won't say lucrative, but definitely some good offers in terms of NIL. Now it comes down to with Justin Weeks, excuse me, do you have enough to be able to offer him to keep him home, right? And I think that's key for Coach Key. Being able to keep these guys at home. When these four-star caliber prospects that's brewing in your own state, you look at David Jacobs, I know he's committed to Ohio State. You look at the KJ Greens, you know what I'm saying? Miami's in that conversation, Alabama, South Carolina. You have to start to get to a point, and I know, like I said, stars is important. It's not everything, of course, but you got to start getting to a point where you can land some of these guys and keep them home if you coach Key. Now, he's done an outstanding job recruiting. I'm not knocking that. I mean, at specifically the edge rusher position, some of they struggle with a little bit in terms of getting pressure, the havoc rate, all that good stuff. Keeping guys like this, Justin Weeks, home does pay dividends to me and does a lot for obviously the future of GT and obviously the program, in my humble opinion. So we'll see what happens. But GT is getting a UV. We'll see if he sets up an OV. You know, OV is very important because that shows that the program really likes him. He really likes them, and he's trying to get a closer, in-depth look at the team before he considers, oh, yeah, this is my choice. This is who I'm going to choose. This is who I'm rolling with. This is who I like. So we'll see what happens, man, but some really good teams on this list. But Justin Weeks will be a name to watch this year for, obviously, Douglas County. All right, last but not least, man, we got Emerson Lewis. All right, he is from Calvary Day. They obviously made the state championship last year. Outstanding cornerback. Got a chance to see him, obviously, at the UA camp in Atlanta. He did his thing. show some things for sure. Top 6 includes Arkansas, Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Louisville, Maryland, and Virginia Tech. A little surprised not to see a Georgia team on this list, whether the Bulldogs or Georgia Tech or anything like that, with him being such a standout defensive back. But pretty much what you're seeing is, obviously a mix of everything. Some ACC schools in there with Louisville, Pitt, and Virginia Tech, and then obviously Arkansas, Kentucky being some schools as well. Now, Kentucky's been known for their defense the last few years. Offensively, they haven't gotten enough. But it'll be interesting to see. This feels like a situation. It's still very early for Emerson Lewis. Excuse me, I said 3-star, 4-star prospect. My bad about that, Emerson. It'd be very interesting to see what happens in his recruitment, right? Because it feels like this is a guy that could easily like get flipped towards the end. Let's say he commits to Arkansas or he commits to Louisville. This is easily a guy, man, that you can see. Oh yeah, man, let's pursue him late in a South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Or a Texas A&M or something like that could come in. Like, let's try to flip this kid. This kid does a little bit of everything. So I would say I don't have no inside source there. This just feels like that kind of a situation. Don't sleep on Emerson Lewis, I would say. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a kid I could see starting to blow up, starting to pop a little bit. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, he's already a 4-star prospect, but don't be surprised if you see teams late, like December, whatever it is, pushing hard for him because he's that good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just seems like even though these are really good teams, it feels like Emerson Lewis is more of a higher caliber SEC caliber of a player. So I think more teams are going to come to the race. So don't be surprised if you see other teams come down the stretch, come down the pike, and try to pursue him very hard. So that'll be something to watch for moving forward. All right, y'all. So that's going to do it for the news, man. Hope y'all guys enjoyed that. I believe Dre Cleveland just entered the building. So we're going to try to bring him on here in a second and talk to him for the exclusive interview, man. And just talk a little bit about, obviously, his ability. I think he is ready to go. Let's bring him on. All right, Dre Cleveland. What's going on, man?
We're going. You good,
Not
coach?
much, man. Doing good, man. How's your day, brother?
Good.
Good, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. So for people that don't know you, Dre, man, give us a little bit of background, man. I want to highlight and tell your story today, man. So just give us a little bit about you, brother.
So I'm Darian Cleveland. Folk call me Dre. I play for Griffin High School. Class 2027. Athlete. Play all around. Play on the offensive field. You know, I ain't too much of a defensive guy, so I ain't just got there yet. But like, I'm an all around offensive player. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously all around offensive player, man. Tell me where your love of football came from, Dre. When did you start to play? What age it was for you, and why you decided to play the game?
I started playing football when I was like 8 years old. I was a soccer player at first. Then a random coach came up to me and was like, "You would be a good receiver, or you would be a good quarterback for me." So I was like, "I tried out." I played my first year with the Georgia Elite Stallions down in McDonough. I played with them, and I said, "If I like it, I just continue to play." And I fell in love with it right then and there, the first practice. I was like, "I like it," and I continue to play.
Wow. So take me back a little bit, man. Obviously, you fell in love with the game, playing for Georgia Elite Stallions, man. Give me one of your favorite moments, man, playing football at the youth level, man.
Oh, my favorite, I'll say when let's see. Oh, we had a championship game. My first year playing football, we went to championship. So we had a championship game, and it was like fourth quarter with like little second left 13-13. They said they're gonna give me the rock. We was on like the 35. I ran it, scored, celebrated, won the championship my first year
Ball game.
ball game.
You had a game winner.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I know that was a crazy moment for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That's pretty cool, man. Okay. So, all right. So take me through. Okay. So obviously we know where it started. Take me through the next part of that process, right? Obviously you was playing in McDonough. When did you come to Griffin, and when did that process kind of start with you? Was it later into like kind of your prep career? Was it early middle school? Like what happened in that point?
I came to Griffin my sixth grade year. I started playing in parking at my sixth grade year.
Okay. Okay.
So
So playing sixth grade year. Okay. So for you, what was your experience with just middle school football? How much did you enjoy that? And then obviously getting into high school.
okay, I'm gonna keep it real right here. So middle school, I ain't like it. My sixth grade and my seventh grade year, we went 1-9. So like I didn't too much like it. So like, but my eighth grade year, I got a chance to play with some some people from Georgia Lee Stein, they came to Griffin with me. So I was like, y'all might come to Cowan. They came to Cowan my 8th grade year of Cowan. And we went 9-1. We lost one game during the regular season, and we played the same team in the championship and beat them by a touchdown.
Wow. Okay. All right. So getting that revenge back. All right. So from that point, Dre, now you're going to high school, right? And I know probably the first few years didn't pan out kind of how you wanted, but walk me through how did you just stay focused through that process of maybe the first couple of years didn't go out how you wanted?
My teammates, they kept my head straight. Like I came in as a freshman starting quarterback. Um, now we went 1-9. We didn't really have size then, but my teammate they kept me on top. They said we're gonna come back for everybody that came for us my 9th grade year, and we're gonna work hard every year. And that's what we're doing right now. We're just working hard. So all my credit go to my teammate for helping me stay down and not going nowhere and just staying down and believing that we can do it.
Period. Now you had a big breakout year, obviously this year, but before that, new head coach comes in, Bernard Goodrum. Why did you feel like you could trust, Coach Goodrum to help you guys turn this around and really have a really good season last year?
Coach Good, his first day actually. I thought he was a little cool, but we had just came off another head coach, Coach Fed. So my routine with Coach Fed and Coach Good was two different relationships. So my relationship with Coach Fed was like close, like me and Coach Fed were close. So when Coach Good came in, I was like, Coach Fed gone, Coach Good, he finna step up, take over the thing. So I just trusted Coach Good with all my heart, and I knew he had the team on his back. So I put my trust in him, and he did what he supposed to do as a head coach.
Period. All right, now let's break you down now a little bit and talk about kind of your game, right? We know about the versatility. We'll get to that. I do want to ask, how have you been able to get your game to where it is today, right? Is it a trainer? Is it, what I'm saying, your regimen? Is it somebody, a wide receiver coach that's helping you? How have you been able to get your game to where it is today?
Um, Back when I was young, I had started off by myself. So where I come from, we get it out from where we born at. So like we ain't have it like that. So I had to go to my backyard and just run routes and look on YouTube. But towards when I got to high school, well, my last year, I can say I improved a lot in my slot position because my Coach Stewart, he helped me very much on my route running, catching, keeping my composure. So I say my 10th grade year, my Coach Stewart, he helped me a lot. Coming in from Ronald Robin, he helped me a lot. So I started off training by myself. I used to go to the Griffin High out soccer field, just work, run routes, run hills. I record myself and be like, okay, cool. If I see myself messing up in the video, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I go to the sandbox at Tyus Park. I will work there, yeah, and then after that, I just put it all together, and that's how I got the way I am now.
I know you talk about obviously Coach Thorpe having a major impact on you, but I want to go back to you just for a quick second. And you talked about kind of just, you record yourself. You had to use YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And you come back and correct it later on. So how do you just feel like going through that process? You didn't maybe have the same resources as other people, trainers and whatever it may be. How do you feel like in the long run that's made you better, Dre? Just in terms of, hey man, I can figure stuff out on my own and still be good and fine at the end of the day and still be that caliber of a player.
Really, it was hard. It was hard for me to just believe myself because I seen everybody else with the training, but it was hard for me to believe that I make it this far to the point where they got real trainers or real athletic trainers that done been to the league, all that. Than me just going on YouTube and getting the routes and getting the drills out of YouTube or Instagram reels. But it was very hard for me to just believe in myself. But my grandma always tell me to keep God first, and I just trusted in God, prayed every day that I make it, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do. Trust in God.
Period. All right, let's break down your versatility, man. You say you can play pretty much anywhere in the field. Now I've seen your film playing slot, playing boundary. Sometimes you get a little handoff. So where does that come from, Dre? Where how are you able to be so versatile? Just like were you a playmaker? Hey, we got to get him the ball.
I mean, I say my work ethic. Like my work ethic is different. Like I work hard. Like I know if a coach, I'm not gonna never tell a coach that I can't do nothing that I know I can do. Like I'm always trust and believe in myself that I can do it. So like if a coach tell me to go, I'm gonna need you to play quarterback this position, and you feel me. So I just go to quarterback, and I won't have no answers, no questions. I just go. So me being an athlete, I mean it just how I was born. Like have a dog in me. Either have a dog or you just gonna lay down, and I ain't never laid down.
Period, man. Never laying down. So for you, I was talking about the versatility, your work ethic, man. So what is it like for you, man, seeing all this work pay off, man? Them Friday night lights, you at Griffin High School, y'all playing in big games, and you making these spectacular plays. You're getting averaging over 20 yards per catch. What does that feel like for you with all this work that you put in?
I mean, it feel good, but I ain't done yet. I gotta continue. I gotta continue to work. This offseason, my senior year coming up, I gotta continue. I gotta get even better. I want to improve my game even better than it was last year. On my last 3 years at Griffin High, I want to leave with at least. I'm trying to get a record, but I want to leave at least something for Griffin High.
Okay, let's break that down. Two-part question. Let's break down what record are you gunning for? We'll start there.
Okay, so I want to go one game. I want to go at least 1,000 yards in one game in receiving yards.
Okay, that's a good goal. All right. And then what part of your game are you focusing on the most that like I said, you want to improve from the three previous seasons? What are you harnessing in on this year? I know route run you said is pretty good. Is it your footwork? Is it your releases? Is it you catching the ball? What are you working on the most this offseason?
Um, my off season work is my more footwork, more footwork drills, late hands. I say ball control man in the air.
Ooh, okay. All right. So break down for me as a wide receiver. Teach me like I don't have any idea. Why is late hands so important, Dre? Why do you need to have that to not kind of alert the DB, you know what I'm saying, before you know that ball is about to come?
Okay, so some DBs are long, so for a size like me, like 5'8", going up against a 6'2" DB, their hands are long, so they when they see my hands go, their hands go, so they can automatic deflect the ball. But you could throw that. My division is to throw the DB off on my late hands, like reaction. My reaction will be late to the ball.
Got you. Let me ask you this. How do you deal with a physical DB? You talked about kind of them being long. Let's say it's a guy, he's 6'2", 6'3". He trying to be physical with you, Dre, at the line of scrimmage. He trying to press you. He not trying to let you get no room. How do you deal with that?
I mean, I don't panic. I go against a DB every day at practice. Keyshawn Hastings, six. He about 6'1", so he give me a lot of competition. So like when I get in the game, I just be like, okay, if I can do it against Keyshawn, I can do it against them. So I just take Keyshawn work and take it to the field, and it always help.
How I know you talked about Keyshawn Hastings being a key person. How is going against just all the DBs you went against at Griffin in practice? How has that made you better? You would say.
Um, I mean, it done made me better in a lot of ways. Like going short from my short routes to my deep routes. So I know my DBs. So Keyshawn, he more of a man to man guy. Mir Stokes, he's more of a coverage guy. Zamari Daniels, he's more of a guy that just catch my route. Zamari, he'll help me out. Like on my corner post, I have a corner post. Like my corner post for have improved a lot this year because of Zamari, because he's the type of DB that know how to catch my route. So I say thanks to Zamari Daniels for helping me out, and Amir Stokes and Keyshawn Hastings. So yeah, my DBs at Griffin High School, they helped me a lot on my competition.
Period. Let me ask you this, man. Don't reveal no game plan or no play, but for you personally, how would you attack a cornerback that's running the zone against you, right? Like they trying to take away a certain side of the field. How would you attack it? Let's just say for hypothetical reasons, we're throwing out a cover three. Like, how would you attack that as a receiver?
Okay, I attack a DB in the cover zone when I get on top of his toes. So basically, I come off the line, I stem him up face to face, make sure we square. Um, when I square him up, I try to get around him, make my little quick move and get around and stack him up top.
Period. How important as a receiver, a Dre, is it to not give away like your route, right? Like sometimes like DBs can anticipate what you're about to do. I know you talked about late hands obviously being a key component of that, but how important it is like to use the leverage against them, but not give away what you're trying to do.
It's really hard. You know, me, me and my receivers, we talk every day. We'll go to the field and we'll just work on stuff that we need to work on. So basically, the beat that. I mean, it's hard, but you can beat it. Like, but you just gotta have a mind. It really in your mind. Then
Got you, mindset thing. Okay, respect. All right. So you put me on game with defense. Put me on some game with some receivers, including yourself. We need to watch out for this year for Griffin.
yes, sir. Um, you said some DBs to watch
No, no,
out.
no. Nah, you mentioned DBs. Nah, give me some receivers that are good like you on Griffin. We need to
Oh,
watch.
we got King Fuller, we got Carday Alexander, we got Jaden Prather, we got Jamar Yarborough, he incoming freshman. So Linwood Dewberry, Jeremiah Head. We loaded this year in the receiving room.
Love that. This year, let me ask you this in terms of leadership. Everybody leads differently, right?
Yes, sir.
For you, Dre, like what's your kind of approach? We know this team's serious. We know this team wants to go far, and we know this team wants to build on last year. But what is your approach? Are you more so lead by example? Are you kind of being more the like vocal leader this year? How are you approaching the senior year with some of the goals you have for yourself as well?
This year I'm leading by example. I'm more quiet this year and more working. So if I'm working hard, then people in my group or people around me, they'll work hard, even harder, or try to compete with me. So
Let me ask you this, Dre. What is your approach? What's your approach to competition? How do you feel about that aspect? Some people love it. Some people like, I'm to myself, whatever. I let my play do so. What's your approach to competition?
I love competing. Like that's my favorite thing to do at mat drill, one on ones, like competing. I feel like if we compete, that means I'm getting you better, you getting me better. So we both getting 100% in, and we both getting better at something.
Period. All right, let me ask you this. So you got spring practice that's coming up, right? And then
Yes, sir.
obviously, you kind of had like the fall camp-ish, like scrimmage. What's kind of your favorite part? Do you like the spring because you get to showcase a little bit what you've been working on the off season, or do you more so
Uh,
like the fall camp because it's like, oh man, the season about to start?
I like the spring. I like the spring only because the spring is very competitive. Like you got new people coming in, you got the freshmen coming in, they compete for spots. You got you just got everybody competing. And the fall, I like the fall, but I love the spring because it's two different mindsets, and people just come in thinking different.
Period. Okay. Surprised me though. I thought you would say fall. I like the spring answer though. Okay. My guy likes the competition. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Going through last year, man, obviously, like I said, tough loss in the playoffs. What do you feel like you learned the most about yourself and even maybe even your teammates from last season that can help prepare you for this year?
Um, my teammates from the playoff from first round exit. I just seen the way everybody like from coming off a 1-9 season to a 7-4 season. I seen a lot of work. My teammates buy in, everybody connected, everybody helping each other. Um, so we coming in this year with the same mindset, but even harder. Like we'll talk about it every day. We don't want to have a legacy of 7-4 again. We want to go deep in the playoffs, deeper. Want to work hard. Our goal is state championship. So that's what we working for. Working hard every day, no days off.
No days off. I love that, man. All right. What's your let me ask you this real quick before I go back to the team. What is your training regimen kind of like, man? You training 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week? I know you got stuff with the team. Like, how often do you just go train or go to the parks as you mentioned a little bit earlier?
When I'm off, like if I'm off from AAU from basketball, I'll work on the weekend because I work from Friday. I work Friday or Sunday. If I'm working with the team on Sunday, I work Saturday. I go to the field up the street. I go to my middle school county road. That's really about it. You know, I work on Saturdays most of the time, but I'm here with my team working, or I'll just call one of my receivers and my quarterback, and we'll just go to the field together. But yeah.
Perfect. Okay, perfect segue. I want to ask you, man. Tell me about some of the chemistry, man, you got with your quarterback, man. What's that? What's the relationship like? How y'all always on the same page?
Um, Me and Kelvin, we started off. we was in competition at quarterback first when he had first came to high school. So I was like, I told Kevin, I said, I'm gonna give you the spot. I want you to hold it down for me. So after that, me and Kevin, we got a little close towards the last year. Kevin had improved from his freshman year. So I was like, Kevin, this year I need more improvement, more we gotta get our timing right. So
Ooh. All right. Hopefully we'll get him back. He exited out. No, he said trying to get the timing right. So we'll obviously leave with that. Appreciate everybody being in here, man. All 9 and 10 people, man. Shout out to y'all. Griffin got a great community, man, around the way sports. Appreciate you always supporting my guy and obviously sending Dre my way for obviously interview brothers. So shout out to you, man. If y'all here, make sure you please like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to grow this thing, man, and let kids tell their stories in an authentic way, man. If y'all can hype it up for me, hype up the video, man. Swipe to the right, hit the hype button, man. I'm gonna share this interview as well, I'm saying, on the YouTube just separately, man, because I know how that can be sometimes. But like we got Dre back. All right,
okay.
Dre. Yes,
I
sir.
don't know
Sorry.
what happened. But yeah, me and Kelvin, our bond is very tight now. Like we working every day. Me and Kelvin will we'll work on more timing, how he can time my route, how what hole to throw to on a Pacific route. But yeah, me and Kevin, we got a great bond.
Love to see that, man. I know he's talking about the timing, obviously being a very important part. For you, just seeing it on the field, I know you're working on it more. How important is that just being in sync with each other? Just kind of know, oh, I know Dre gonna do this, so I'm gonna throw it earlier. I know Dre's gonna cut this way, so I'm gonna put this ball out this way. How important is that when you're going against DBs and trying to take away some of your strengths?
It's very important for Kelvin. Like it can be sometimes frustrating because if I don't get to the spot where he know I'm supposed to be at, he'll get frustrated and he'll probably come to me 1-on-one and tell me, you should have got there, but we're gonna get the next play. We'll always go to the next play, so we don't never just down each other or talk down on each other. We'll just pick each other up, lift each other up, next play, next drive.
Love that, man. Before we talk about obviously recruiting, I want to kind of give you the four Dre just to so want to ask you what's one thing, man, like people don't know about you, man, that you want them to know, whether it's about your story, your play on the field. What's one thing you feel like people don't know enough about you that you do or that you are that really makes you stand out as a player and even as a person?
As a person, I'm gonna start out as a person. As a person, people don't know what I go through. Like I'm a person, I'm a quiet person. I grew up in a small home. Grew up with my grandma, my great grandma. So I just, I just go through stuff at home that nobody knows about. Like I come here smiling every day, working hard. As a player, really, I'm not a person that gonna give up easy. Like people just think off competition or like that I'm gonna give up early when stuff get hard. Like I'm not that type of person to give up easy. I'm gonna always work hard just to get see my grandma and proud.
Where you don't mind sharing, where does that mindset come from? I know that can't be easy. What I'm saying? Like I said, you seem like you're pretty much a silent killer. What I'm saying, if we're being honest on that field. So where does that come from? Where you see adversity is hitting you head on and you don't most kids give up, Dre. Why do you decide not to give up? Why you consider to push through that wall and break through?
Because how I know how me and my brothers and my siblings live. So I promised to my little brother that if none of my other brothers would make it for you, I'll make it for you. Or I told my grandma before my granddaddy passed, I told her I'll make it. I'll make it big. I won't never give up on myself, even if you're here or not. So I got a promise with my granddaddy that I'm gonna forever keep, and I'm gonna make it.
What does it mean to you, just real quick, just to be a role model for your siblings?
It's a hard road. Like because you gotta make sure that you don't do nothing wrong. You gotta make sure everything's straight. You gotta check on your grandma, check on you, go home every day. Like it's hard coming from school, at least 8 hours of school, about 4 hours of practice, and
Yeah,
go home, make sure everybody's straight at the house. So it's a hard road. It ain't easy.
for sure. And last thing on that, I just want to ask just what grandma mean to you? I know you've mentioned her Bobby like 3 or 4 times in this interview, man. I know she's special to you. Your grandpapa, obviously, RP to him. I know he's special to you. So Just what do they mean to you, man, and why are they so important in your life?
My grandma mean a lot to me. My grandma and my great grandma. My grandma took me in when I was like 2, so my grandma took me in. She just been there for me. She been signing me up for camp. She been paying for all my stuff. She just been there since I was young. My granddaddy role. I'm the type that I ain't have a father for real. So my granddad, he played like a father figure in my life. So he was there. He would help me out. He would teach me a lot of stuff. He the reason why I'm like never giving up. Like my granddaddy, he was a strong man that never gave up on himself. Even when things got hard, he continued to work.
Period. Is there anything you would change, Dre, of your story,
Um,
or would you keep it exact same? Everything you've been through.
I mean, I don't want nothing to be easy, so I keep my story the same.
Powerful, brother. I respect that. All right, man. On a lighter note, I appreciate you opening up and sharing that as well, Dre.
Yes, sir.
Can be easy, but let's talk about the good stuff, man. All the hard work that you've done, brother. You got offers. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
talk recruiting, my brother. So obviously, I'm saying I know you got probably about 12, 15 plus offers, man. But talk about these 10 right here, man. Memphis, Bryant, some of these top schools. Like, what about them stands out to you? Which ones you like?
I've been looking at Bryant and Lane in Memphis.
Okay. Let's break that down. Bryant, Lane, and Memphis. Let's start with Memphis first. Why you like Memphis?
Um, I like their program. Like they program run very, very good. I seen it. I seen a little bit of their program. Talk to their coach. I got my cousin go there. He'll show me around. I don't know when I'm gonna visit up there yet, but it's coming soon. But yeah, I like the way they program run. Very intense.
How cool would it be to team up with your cousin, man? Potentially.
Um, I never played with Nick Burton, so it'll be great competing against him as he a DB. So like, me and him will probably go at it a lot.
I love that. Okay, what about Bryant, brother?
Bryant, that was my second D1 offer. So I mean, if Bryant, I haven't just too much been looking at that school, but I'm talking to the coach now. I'm trying to get in the camp. Should have a visit with them soon too.
Got you. And I think the last one you said Lane, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me a little bit about Lane. What you like about them as a program?
Lane, that was I say about my third offer. Um, they was I talked to the coach. He liked my speed. I got my player from last year, Jordan Mays. He had got an offer from them. He committed there this year. He would go up there. He telling me a lot that he like. I just really me and Jordan Mays was like a duo last year. Like we played close to close, side by side last year. So yeah, so I would love to play with him one more year or one more round. But if it don't work like that, then it's God plan.
God's plan, like you said. And tell me what are some key things you're looking for, Dre, when it comes down to this recruitment? What are some things you're looking for these colleges, man? When you feel like, okay, yeah, this is home for me.
Really, as my recruitment process continues, I'm looking for more of um, let's see how to say it. A program where I want to feel like at home. Like I want a coach to push me very hard. I don't want no coach to take his off on me. I want to be welcomed in the right way, brought in the right way, clean facilities, great coaching staff. Yeah, I look for a lot in my recruiting process.
Period. And then any coaches that watch this, man, why should they take a chance on Dre? Why are you different than the rest?
Um, I'm different. I'm 5'8", so my speed have to be there because I know I don't have the ability of my height. So if I don't have speed, I won't be the person I am now. My work ethic is very hard, 100%. I love to compete. I'm more of a team player than a player for myself. I look out for my teammates before I look out for myself.
Period. And then in terms of recruiting, man, obviously decision you're gonna continue to go through and continue to see, man. But why? Like I know you just mentioned your speed, but why do you feel like your speed separates you maybe from the rest?
My height, my speed, really because my as a slot receiver, you have to have speed, like off the line. You have to have speed off the yak yards. Really just off my yak yards. I feel like my yak guard would get more coaches' attention.
Period. Let me ask you this: you've watched a lot of YouTube videos, man. Is there anybody similar to your stature, college, NFL, you like to watch or even emulate to take pieces of their game and add to yours?
Melatonin.
Ooh,
Melatonin.
that's a good one. Okay. How cool is it to see him kind of pop off his freshman year and see him?
I heard he only had one drop this whole year. So I've been watching his highlights. See what, cause me and him about the same height. He about 5'10", 5'9". He got the speed, footwork. He got really everything for a slot receiver. So for me to be like him, I just look at him.
And then just real quick on that, just last thing on that. How motivating is that for you to see like how big he is as a player, what he was able to do with his freshman season, and be able to see a guy of your similar stature, what you want to do, pretty much do it.
Um, it really helped me out a lot, really, because when I seen him first, I'm like, okay, he's 5'9". I don't have no excuse to say, oh, I'm not gonna make it because of my height. Like if I know if he did it, I can do it. So he really just motivated me more to myself to say I can make it instead
Period.
of talking about my height.
Period. You talked about a legacy you want to leave, man. What kind of it? I know the example you're trying to show for your siblings, but what kind of example are you trying to show these younger players that are coming through? You said it's going to be several freshmen coming in and try to compete. Players, but obviously under you in terms of class and everything. What are you trying to show them that's different in their approach and why they need to play a game a certain way when they play for the Griffin Bears?
Really, I'm really trying to show them that never give up. Basically, um, that's just my main thing about football. You can't never give up, can't never quit. You tired, just keep going. Cause your body gonna be sore, you're gonna be hurting, you're gonna be tired, not want to get up early in the morning, 6:30, 5 o'clock. It's just a lot. Like you can't just give up because if you give up, you're not letting yourself down, you're gonna let your team down. Cause most people on your team depending on you.
Period, man. All right, man. Couple more, I'll let you go, man. So you talk about what you want to accomplish this year, man. Team, y'all want to obviously win state. How do you feel like the approach has just, I guess, necessarily been in the workouts, the offseason training and prep for obviously the spring? How do you feel like the team's approach has kind of been as y'all prepare for kind of this run?
The approach has been great. We got a group chat with all the class of 2027 senior class this year. We'll talk about a lot like how we gonna, cause like we the program, the players of the program, so we'll talk about like what we'll do, how we need to come in, cause the younger guys are looking up to the class 2027 this year. So how we need to approach practice, how we need to approach every morning, how we need to be on time, have great attendance, show good coaches in the building, everything. So this coming in, this approach, gonna be great.
Period. Last question. It's a fun one. Build me a great prototypical, not even prototypical. Let's screw prototypical. Build me a great smaller receiver. All right. So I'm gonna give you up to three. Okay. Now you can say the names, however you want to do it. Hands, yak yards, deep threat ability, and catching. We'll do four. How would you build that? Now you could use names, you can use high school player or whatever you want to do. Just how would you build, you think, an elite slot or elite smaller receiver that can do a little everything?
Um, Catching, I go with. I'm gonna say for your catching ability, you should have. Oh, my partner Carday Alexander, his catching is perfect. Off late hands, ball in the air. Yeah, so I take Carday for the hands. I take Malachi's Tony footwork, speed. Um, get off release. I take. Let's see. I take. I take myself and get off speed. Like get off speed off the line.
I like that.
You said catching. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
yeah, catching.
Yes, sir. Catching. Yes, sir.
Hands like Jeremiah Smith.
Love that. Okay. And then in that last one, I think it was deep threat ability.
Deep threat. Let's see. Let's stay. Deep threat. King Fuller.
Say it again.
King Fuller. Here, go get the ball out of here. King Fuller. Most definitely.
Like that. All right. King Fuller. Smart. Okay. Prototypical wide receiver. I love it, man. As I let you go, Dre, anybody you want to shout out, coaches, family members, any closing comments, or even any questions you got for me before we let you go?
I want to shout out to my head coach and my receiver and my OC coach, Coach Stewart, Coach Owens, and Coach Goodrum. I want to shout out to my football, the whole football program, my teammates, really everybody. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being here for me. Thanks for being on this ride with me. We'll have a long year this year, a better year.
Period, man. There it is, man. Dre Cleveland, man, from Griffin. Brother, I appreciate you coming on, man. Tell me just a little bit about your story, brother. I'm rooting you on, man. I'm praying for you, man. I hope you make it and continue to just show your siblings a great example, somebody they can follow, and that you could just make your grandma, great grandma, and obviously your granddad proud, man. So thank you for coming on.
Okay, thank you, coach.
All right, y'all. Dre Cleveland, man. Appreciate him, man. In the building, in the flesh. Appreciate him coming on. Great young man. Bright future ahead, man. So setting an example, man, for his family. Setting an example for so many others, man. So appreciate him coming on. And again, man, shout out to my guy, Around the Way Sports, setting up the interview. I named watching the 2027 class. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, man, on the live that tuned in, man. Y'all make this show special, man. So love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Every Thursday, man. I always get the audience and people tuning in for my recruiting show. So shout out to y'all, man. I'm doing unorthodox, you know what I'm saying, just my own thing. So I appreciate everybody for the love and support, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. And enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. Till next time, peace.